may remember that the opera was shown in movie theaters live in HD, hosted by none other than Emmy and Tony Award
Yes, Johnny. All right, thank you, Ed. So, how are you all doing? All right, social media family. Being up in the subscribers and our visitors like. Being up any persons among yourselves who are affiliated or associated with and are representing my own YouTube social media channel and likewise chat room, or in other words, comment section. Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet to be said, all right, or if not best of all to be said, stated for the record for that matter, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family and friends, and hopefully me and mine, likewise as well, are all the same. And please do excuse, pardon, forgive me for butchering the English language, possibly for the umpteenth consecutive time with all its grammatical usages being of qualities and quantities. But then I never had claimed to have become or be an English major, and so therefore how much less an English professor. And moving right along. Yes. And now that I've gotten the preliminaries out the way, being the basic intro as an introduction and on footnotes to complement the salutation or greeting in asking question of you all's general welfare, and whereas hopefully nothing or nobody could possibly become or would probably be a conflict of interest, much rather than to prove to become or be in your better interest, something or somebody. Yes, the present, sorry about that, social media broadcast, talk about out of frying pan into the fire. I can get more than enough of any religious hype on any given sabbatical Sunday of the weekend. You know, whereas the what you call false brethren, false prophets and antichrist, or wolves in sheep's clothing, or snakes in the grass, or that much more coming up out of the woodwork, from the pools to the pulpits, or whatever religious denominations, and as they are themselves, of not just the worship, but the worstest of closet devil worshippers, being of most churchgoers or whatever religious denomination. Anyway, though, the present social media broadcast of video content, being as it is dealing with, involving, regarding, or making reference to, or whatever I've said, from humanitarian workers, the good Samaritans, being viciously, brutally, or violently, physically assaulted or attacked, even at the extent where it would cause the loss of their lives, as in, being murdered or killed. Sorry, but I had quite a bit of a compulsive physical gesture disorder at the moment. I may have to go to a local vicinity neighborhood community hospital and then do follow-up at a medical clinic for that in its own right, among other health issues, as I suspect could possibly be mainly or mostly orchestrated, initiated, perpetrated by this one particular proverbial neighbor from down here among the public nuisance of problem neighbors, or worse yet, or worse the neighborhood where I'm at now, and being of a local drug pusher, of a poop button pissant who represents less manhood than a much more familiar faggot, character. Yes, could have played a major part, or could be mainly or mostly responsible for any health issues of mine that I'm battling with at the present given moment time. Not that I meant to sound and seem like I'm wagging a dog as in changing the subject, but then getting back to the original subject matter or topic of discussion to be debated, you know, or of a given argument with the many different views and or opinions to be possibly affiliated, associated with, and or representing some such thereof. You know.
Hot feature on our
Guess I have to do without any music to the background for now. Yes, where was I? Oh yeah, so first of all, let me say and state for the record, and express my own personal views and opinions and give my take upon it so far as the madness, insanity, craziness, madness of, from humanitarian workers and good Samaritans being assaulted to the extent of the loss of their lives in the Middle East to what is equal as well crazy or insane or so far as concerning matters of the crackpots, nutcases or cranks of college and or university students chanting that nonsense from the river to the sea as they are of Islamic Muslim terrorist supporters, causing a great amount of fear in their fellow college and university students, being of the white Jewish, who are now postponing signing up to enter as from those who are already college or university students, postponing attendance of their different educational course classes to any other white Jewish prospective future college and or university students, postponing signing up to become the likes of the student population of any colleges and or universities out of fear for their lives, and that's crazy. Why would you want to, come off like some kind sort or type of a bonehead, butthead, brain dead, brainless idiot, sickle, to be compared onto my main neighbor from damn hell of a local drug pushing poop butt pissant of a creepy, cowardly, and faggoty male character. That just don't make any sense. I mean, anybody who is contemplating pursuing, that credits and or degrees or certificates and diplomas to go about acquiring that, being which would constitute or have one be considered as one who has earned the credentials, some of such to be applied in the real world for that to self-promote oneself, and not only for what is in one's own better interest, what is for one's personal progress, but then to possibly benefit a society or a country or nation that they themselves could possibly be a citizen thereof. I mean, they should not have to fear for their lives, I mean, it just shows what kind of world we're living in now, whereas you have these hypersensitive and really brainwashed idiots and sickles who are so blind, who are So much like sponges soaking up all the madness, the craziness, the insanity of twisted, warped, wicked mindsets coming from the likes of Islamic Muslim terrorist male characters who really, when it comes to that, trying to give them the benefit of a doubt that they can or could possibly become or be civilized, whereas they don't have a pot to piss in or pan to throw it out of, Then because their brains is where their eight holes is. Okay, they just don't be thinking. Going out here, you know, like characters of males or like their kind otherwise, burning crosses on black people's or black purses, front home lines to the likes of the other crazies or crackpots or cranks painting Nazi swastikas upon Jewish synagogues. I mean, just don't make any sense to me, and give my own personal take upon it. Why would you say from the river to the sea if you are supposed to be a civilized, law-abiding human being of a citizen or foreigner of a country or nation, pursuing higher education to better yourself and to better your neighborhood community? Why would you go about shouting so much nonsense? Like I said, it just don't make any sense. And from there, you will risk your college and university grants and student loans being forfeited because you go to college or go to a university just to sit in the classroom and mouth off nonsense when you're outside of the college or university on its campus, and you're saying from the river to the sea. Then why should you bother attending a a, 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 a school class course for higher education if you're going to do the total opposite of how you could be in a classroom pursuing the education for, for the same of the said in question in the former prime mentioned to get a degree or diploma, certificate, and you just that's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde character. You know, you go into a classroom, you're saying, from my hypothetical theorized conjecture, according to knowledge as we have it and the wisdom thereof, 1 + 1 = 2, not 3, though there is a speculation as to whether or not 1 times 0 is literally actually 0. What's the name of that actor that had did a mathematical equation? Cuban something. The one that was co-starring in that movie flick Hustle and Flow, whereas he was supposed to study become a bio engineer, if I'm not mistaken. Look it up. Let me see. Actor, I'm good with saying actor saying actor saying one let me see, 1 times 0. Let's see. 1 times 0 is not necessarily correct. Not Sincerely. Zero. Okay, let's see. We have here. And I just should. Okay, okay. Here he is. Look at that. Just speaking power. That's just for be him. Right here for this Google post. No, on Google.
We make buying eyewear online easy so you can express every vision of you.
Terrence Howard is his name.
eyebydirect.com.
Well, in the original Iron Man, he was set up to be War Machine. So Terrence Howard is a very popular actor. He's been in a lot of big things, but the one most people know him for is his role in Iron Man. He got replaced by Don Cheadle because Terrence said he was really unhappy that he wasn't making as much money as Robert Downey Jr. And there's so much to go in here. This is an onion with many layers. Terrence Howard also believes that he has discovered and created his own logic language, which he calls teriology. He has spent the better part of, I think, about 7 or 8 years, trying to mathematically prove that 1 times 1 equals 2 and that 0 doesn't exist. Didn't he say people watched Iron Man because of him? Yeah, he credits Iron Man's success to his role. Yeah, this is the 1 times 1 equals 2 guy. But I always knew about that shit, but I didn't know that wasn't the end of it. So I was reading some of the comments here and getting as much information. I'm going to show you the scam that he's trying to run right now in a minute. But I was reading so much about him and like going through this rabbit hole. And this is from one of his books, apparently. I haven't read the whole book, but I'm assuming it's an excerpt because it has to go with his idea that 0 isn't real.
I thought the positive
So where is it?
Negative.
Here. I made that statement, there's no such thing as 0. He looked at me with a puzzled look upon his face, and the professor said, let's say you had an apple, and I had an apple, and you gave me your apple. How many apples do you have? I said, I have 2 apples. He said, you don't understand. You gave me your apple. I said, no, you don't understand. Actual, I'm 14, and this is deep shit. As long as you are still inside this universe, whatever you have, I have, because everything in this universe is connected to everything else. Even if you could take my apple and place it into an adjacent universe, I would still have 2 apples, because as long as the universe is touching this universe, then everything in that universe is still connected to and influenced by every single thing in this, every single atom in this universe. Therefore, my giving you my apple is paramount to me transferring my apple from my left to my right hand, because all things are one.
Anyway, though, I think you all get the general idea of what I'm trying to say. Then if you chop off a person's head by saying from the river to the sea before you were to do it, and then transform that mental thought into physical action, that don't necessarily mean that you won't go to jail or the crazy house for doing so and have to suffer the serious consequences of your actions. And that's all I have to say on that. And if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I will hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins, so you could possibly obtain the only fire insurance against the lake of fire, damn hell, and don't have to worry about ending up there once you were to leave this world. Then, because tomorrow is not promised to anybody, and people in damn hell want ice water. So profess faith in Christ while you still can. Then, because if you wait until the last minute, then you would have forfeited your chances to become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. You all take care. We out. Peace.